Ever heard of a music composer among insects? Meet the Beethoven of the bug world.
Imagine walking in the garden and hearing a tiny symphony. It's not coming from a radio, but from a creature with wings and antennas. That's right, bees. Most of us know bees buzz around flowers collecting pollen, but did you know they are also nature's little musicians? When bees flutter their wings, they don't just make random noises. They actually create patterns that can sound like music to our ears. This buzzing isn't just for fun, it's a crucial part of their survival. The vibrations they produce helps release pollen from certain flowers, a technique called buzz pollination. Without this special buzz, many plants wouldn't be able to reproduce. It's a vital dance between flora and the flying musicians. So next time you see a bee, remember, it might be more than an insect. It's a vital part of our planet's natural orchestra. Fascinating, isn't it? Watch the full story and discover how bees are not only nature's pollinators, but also its tiny, buzzing composers.
Why does the Leaning Tower of Pisa lean? Is it a mistake, or was it done on purpose?
Hey folks, ever seen pictures of the Leaning Tower of Pisa and thought, oops, someone messed up? Well, here's a twist. The tower started to lean during construction in the 12th century because of the soft ground on one side that couldn't properly support the weight. Engineers noticed the lean early on, but instead of starting over, they tried to fix it by making the remaining floors a bit taller on one side. While that didn't stop the lean, it certainly made the tower more famous than it might have been otherwise. Over the centuries, the lean got worse. It got so bad that by the 1990s, the tower was closed for repairs to keep it from falling over. They removed soil from underneath the higher side and straightened it up a bit, but not entirely. After all, we'd miss that iconic lean, wouldn't we? So now, when you look at the Leaning Tower of Pisa, know that it's a perfect blend of human error and ingenuity, a mistake turned into a wonder.
Is it true that not everyone sees the same colors? The mystery behind color perception.
What if I told you that the red you see might not be the same red I see? Sounds wild, right? But it's totally possible. We all know about color blindness, where people can't distinguish between certain colors. But even among us with normal vision, colors can look different. This all comes down to our individual eyes and brains. Each of our eyes has cones that are sensitive to red, green, and blue light. But not all cones are created equal, and small differences can change how we perceive colors. Some people have more cones sensitive to red, others to blue, and as a result, we don't all see the exact same hue. Plus, the language and words we use for colors can also influence how we perceive them. So next time you're arguing about whether that dress is blue or gold, remember, your eyes and brain might just be playing tricks on you.
What's smarter than a monkey but lives in the savannah? The unexpected genius of the animal kingdom.
When you think of smart animals, monkeys might be at the top of your list, right? But let's journey to the savannah in Africa, where another creature rivals their intelligence. We're talking about lions. Now, you might think lions are all about strength and speed, but they've got some serious brain power, too. Research shows that lions are fantastic problem solvers, even better than some primates. They work in teams, or prides, to come up with strategies for hunting and survival. Each lion has a role, and they adapt their plan based on their environment. For example, some lions chase the prey while others set up an ambush. Communication is key in their strategy. They don't just roar, they use subtle signals with their tails and eyes. Plus, they've been spotted using complex tactics like using the terrain to their advantage. So next time you watch a lion in action, think about the cleverness behind that powerful roar. They're not just muscle. Lions are the brainy beasts of the savannah.
Could riding the waves help to clean the ocean? The surfer's role in fighting pollution.
You might think of surfing as just a rad sport, but what if I told you surfers are becoming heroes in the fight against ocean pollution? That's right. It turns out these wave riders are on the front lines, literally. Here's how it happens. While they're out there waiting for the perfect wave, surfers often see the pollution up close. They're the first to notice oil slicks, plastic debris, and other contaminants that harm marine life. But instead of just hanging 10, many surfers are taking action by joining cleanup efforts and advocating for the oceans. They aren't just catching waves, they're catching trash. And it's making a difference. Nonprofit organizations have sprung up within the surfing community, focusing on preserving the purity of our oceans. So next time you see a surfer, remember, they could be one of the ocean's guardians, fighting the tidal wave of pollution with every paddle.
Could an elephant really use its trunk as a snorkel?
Imagine you're swimming and suddenly a giant creature passes by underwater, breathing like it's no big deal. No, it's not a scene from a fantasy movie. It's an elephant swimming. But how do they manage to breathe while their massive bodies are submerged? Here's a wild fact. Elephants can use their trunks as snorkels. That's right, the elephant's trunk, which is both a nose and an upper lip, is super flexible and can act like a snorkel when they swim. This amazing adaptation allows elephants to cross deep rivers and swim for long distances. Their trunks can stick out of the water to breathe while the rest of their body is underwater. And they're not just surviving down there, they seem to really enjoy these swimming sessions. So next time you see a snorkel, just think that elephants were the original snorkel pioneers, using their own built-in version to explore and enjoy their watery world. Isn't nature astonishing?
Can a volcano power your phone? The shocking truth about volcanic lightning.
Did you know volcanoes can create lightning? That's right. Those explosive mountains aren't just about lava and ash. When they erupt, the ash and particles rub together in the atmosphere, and this friction can generate static electricity, resulting in a spectacular light show known as volcanic lightning. This natural phenomenon is not just a wonder to behold, but it also carries with it the power of raw electricity. Scientists are fascinated by this and are trying to understand how we might harness this awesome power. Could we eventually capture this energy to power our cities or even just charge our phones? Imagine plugging your charger into a socket powered by a volcano. It's a wild idea, but in the world of science, even the most explosive thoughts could light up our future.
Why can't we tickle ourselves?
Have you ever tried to tickle yourself and wondered why it doesn't make you laugh? It turns out, when we try to tickle ourselves, our brain is in on the action. Our brain is very smart and can tell the difference between our own touch and someone else's. The part of our brain called the cerebellum, which helps with movement and balance, can predict the sensation when we attempt to tickle ourselves. Because it knows what's coming, it doesn't react the same way as it would to an unexpected touch from someone else. This is why most people can't tickle themselves and laugh. It's a built-in no-tickle defense. But guess what? Some scientists have found that there are people who can tickle themselves a little bit. These individuals usually have a higher level of unpredictability in their movements, making it a bit surprising even for their own brains. So the next time you're with friends, you can share this tickle trivia and try tickling each other to see who laughs the most. It's all because of how amazing our brains are.
The unbelievable language of twins. Is it really a secret code?
Did you know that some twins have their own secret language? This fascinating phenomenon is known as cryptophasia, which means secret speech. It often happens with identical twins, but fraternal twins can do it too. They create a language only they can understand, made up of mixed-up words from their native language, unique phrases, and even special gestures. Scientists think that because twins are together so much and understand each other so well, they start to communicate in a way that's comfortable and exclusive to them. It's like they have a private conversation in a crowded room, and no one else has a clue what they're saying. But as they grow older and start talking to more people, they usually stop using their secret twin language and start using regular language like the rest of us. Still, the idea that someone could have a language spoken by only 2 people in the whole world is pretty amazing, isn't it?
Unlocking the universe within you. Could stardust be the key to your motivation?
What if I told you that you have the universe inside you? Sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? But here's a mind-blowing fact. Everything on Earth, including our own bodies, contains elements that were formed in the heart of ancient stars. That's right, we are literally made of stardust. This means every time you achieve something, no matter how small, you're harnessing the power of the cosmos. This perspective can incredibly motivate us to reach for the stars, quite literally. When you work hard, learn something new, or overcome a challenge, think of it as lighting up the galaxy within you. The elements that make up your body have traveled billions of years across the universe to form the unique individual you are today, which is pretty motivating, isn't it? Next time you're feeling down or uninspired, remember, you're a walking, talking piece of the universe with an inbuilt sparkle of starlight. So what's stopping you from shining bright? Did you know anything about this story?